I'm Jason Draco. I'm here with voice actor Chuck Huber.
Hi, guys.
You might know him as the guy I'm dressed up as right now, Android 17.
Humans are stupid.
Or the short guy with the temper Hiei.
Dragon of the Darkness Flame. Oh no, I already broke your record.
So what was it like when you first started working for Funimation, your first audition? And
the first audition I got was because a friend of mine, Brad Jackson, was in an improv troupe. We were doing a late night improv show, and he was like, you got to go audition for this. They're doing Dragon Ball Z over in North Richland Hills at this bank building. And I was like, dude, that sounds like a scam. And he's like, no, seriously, call this dude. His name's Chris. And so I called this dude named Chris. He's like, yeah, come on in for an audition. I was like, okay, I'll go in for an audition. And I came in, I was like, do I have to open an account to audition? They're like, no, you want Funimation, that's next door. And I was like, oh, that's right, bank buildings have like office stuff. But I'd lived in Chicago for years, and I wasn't used to driving someplace weird like that for an audition. And so I walked in, and you know, Chris came out, hey, come on in here. Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, great, yeah, here. How about this guy? And he held up a picture of Garlic Jr. I was like, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, I'm gonna push you into the dead zone. And he was like, oh, that's great. No, he's like, that's great. I can't do my Chris anymore. It's gone. Yeah, and so I got that, and then after that was Android 17, and then Hiei, Yu Yu Hakusho, and it just kind of kept on rolling from there. It's been 12, 15, so I don't know, 17 years now? I don't know.
You look very young.
I'm 147 and a half.
Yes. Yeah. So now, in the video game side of things, it's a lot more different recording, especially since there's been 20 Dragon Ball Z games, and
sure.
And you have to do a hit reaction. How's that go for, like, you know, being in the studio, your voice, and having to do the video game side?
Yeah, that's typically a lot more strenuous on the voice because they'll have a whole, you know, several pages of reactions on an Excel spreadsheet, and it's like, and they're like, now like you're on fire, and you're like, and they're like on fire falling off a cliff, and you're like, and they're like, and then a spear hits you, and you're like, you know, so you have to kind of just keep all the reactions rolling until you, you know, are actually dead. You can actually feel the blood trickling down your throat. You know you've done a video game session when your throat is actually bleeding.
Now, something you might not hear from many people, I'm actually a huge Initial D fan.
Oh, okay.
I love your Tachibana character in Initial D. It's one of my favorite roles, and I don't think that many people mention that.
No, they usually don't. That's the, for those of you who don't know, it's a big car show. And I play the sort of owner of the mechanic shop / gas station, and it's a fun show. For me, it was interesting to see all the people who were really into cars, and the other thing that I found interesting about that is that anime has something for everybody. So I mean, there's a whole show about cars, and then there's another one where the big wind-up where it's all about baseball. So typically anime has something for everyone, even tentacles. Yeah, I don't like that though.
And recently you did some work with Borderlands 2, correct?
Yeah, I played Mick Safford. Go get them damn hodunks. Go blow something up. Yeah, I used to do, I like doing dialects, and so they had me come in and do the Irish dialect for that one. Because I like it.
I'm Irish, so I appreciate it.
Oh, you're Irish, that's great. You know why God invented whiskey? To keep the Irish from ruling the world. That's true. Thank you, God.
So when you do a video game that's more towards that, does it go back into the more just dialogue like you would in studio for anime, or is it still a lot different?
Yeah, the Borderlands 2 was really great because Anthony Birch, the writer, he just wrote some fantastic stuff, and then he'd let you kind of riff and improv on some stuff, because I also played like a leprechaun. I think I had like 5 roles in that, but it wasn't as fight heavy on the reactions, although it's still, when it comes down to it, you got to kill people in video games, so there ends up being a lot of death and destruction.
So you do a role in Toriko, which is a really crazy anime. What do you think about that anime?
Oh, I love that. One of my really good friends, Aaron Roberts, is in that one, and I forget the name of his character. It's the character with the crazy hair. And it's, but I play the god of food or something, and that was interesting because I was like, oh, here, once again, something else in anime. It's all about food. And Princess Jellyfish was all about cross-dressing. So, you know, you can pretty much pick your flavor in anime.
And is there anything you'd like to tell your fans how to follow you, keep in touch, follow what conventions you're going to?
Yeah, next I'm going to SwampCon in Gainesville, Florida. I do have a Facebook page, Chuck Huber fan page. Yep. So you can find me there, or you can. I'm pretty accessible. As a matter of fact, I had a couple of fans find me many years ago. They called me I was a principal of a high school or of a middle school, and they called me up at the high school and at the school pretending to want to enroll their children, and I could tell they were young. And they ended up starting my fan club, and I'm friends with them to this day. So it was really interesting. That was probably 10 years ago.
Okay,
a long time ago.
Well, in this, I know a lot of you guys like to leave jokes in the studio. Sometimes you record something that wasn't the line for somebody to come in. What's a good one that I'm guessing you had to have done something like that?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun when the scene is going a certain way and the director goes, oh, you could leave this in there, say this for that line, so that they know when like Brina or someone else is going to be in the studio that your character's going to cue them up.
Like Mike McFarlane or a director's pushing you to do it.
Oh, of course.
It's not you, it's the director.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you very much
for
the interview. I appreciate it very much.
My pleasure.
It's a great honor to meet you.
It's a great honor to meet you, Android 17, finally, after all these years.
And have a great rest of the convention.
I will. Now you look at that, and then I'm going to stand behind you like this, and you mouth my words. I'm going to kill all the humans.